We start off here with a few good deep breaths, and notice the pauses, the natural pauses in the breath. So you take an inhale, there's a natural little pause after the inhale. When you exhale, there's a natural pause after the exhale. So take a few rounds of breath with those natural pauses, just to feel your body receiving that pause. And so that's what our intention is today. Some of the poses are going to be kind of like normal, what we normally might do in this class. But a lot of our poses today are going to be static holds. We'll get into a place that uses our arms or our core or whatever muscle group we're isolating, and we're just going to hold in that pose for a little while. This can make a huge difference being able to hold, because that helps us to build endurance. I know when I'm rock climbing, if it's my fingers that are giving out first, it's the endurance that I need to build up, that ability to just hold on for longer periods of time. And so that's what we're building up today with the static holds in some of our strong poses. So with that idea to get us started, let's begin just like normal. Take the knees into the chest. Do a couple of little rocking movements on that sacrum, just to check in with it, maybe even helping to align it by rocking left and right. Helping, if it's tilted at all, it kind of helps it to push that tilted spot back in. And then our first hold that we're going to take is nice and easy. The head can be up or down. I'm going to leave that up to you based on how your neck is doing right now. But one leg extends out to a nice angle, the other leg stays in. And then we simply pause here for a couple of breaths. So keep on breathing even during the pause. And switch. And switch. And switch. Take one more to each side, right, if that's the leg that you're on. And switch. Good. Knees in, hands back onto the knees. Do a few large circles. Both legs going outward together, both knees going inward together. Okay, similar to what we just did, this time take the fingertips behind the head, and we're going to take a little oblique twist with that same movement. So extend right leg out, left knee is in, right elbow twist to left knee. We have the hands behind the head, so that way this is helping to make sure that the head is not straining too much. If you want to lower the leg down, that's what makes it harder. And switch. And switch. And switch. One more each side. And switch. Good. Plant both feet. Allow the hips to do a little shimmy left and right. Again, rocking around on that sacrum, helping it feel nice and good. From here, hands drop onto the floor right beside our hips. Inhale, roll up, one vertebrae at a time, a nice high bridge pose. Maybe the knees squeeze together just a little bit. If you have the ability to clasp hands under your back, see if you can find that clasp, lifting the hips even higher. Knees still squeezing. Here we hold for a little while. Keep on breathing. Now, if there's space to add a little bit more difficulty, what you're going to do is try to lift the right leg up to the sky and hold. Right foot down, reset the hips higher, and left foot up. This foot down, hips reset high once again, and hold just a little bit longer with this nice high position. You should really be starting to feel the glutes pretty strongly by now. So take one more good inhale. Exhale, release the hands, roll back down. Let the feet open up into Cobblers Pose. A nice supine cobbler, starting to stretch through inner thigh. Relaxing through those glutes. The low back gets to arch just a little bit. Now reach the arms up overhead. Take a nice inhale. Exhale, reach the arms through the legs and try to hold. Relax back down. Take a full inhale, a full exhale, and we repeat 5 more times, or 4 more times for a total of 5. So take a nice inhale. Exhale, curl up, reach and hold. Return down. Take a full inhale. Exhale. Inhale to prep. Exhale, reach through 3. Try to keep as much of the back off the ground as possible. And return down, full breath. Inhale to prep. Exhale, reach through 2. Relax. Take a full breath. Inhale. Last one, pause. Three more breaths. 2 and 1. Relax. Amazing work. Let the legs stretch out long. See if your fingertips can pull even further up overhead. Notice that nice arch to the low back. Good. From here, as hands travel back down, start to tuck your thumbs right under the glutes. This will help to really ground our upper body. From there, legs reach up to the sky. Try to get them as straight as they possibly can go. And then lower them down about 10 degrees. So not far at all. Make sure the low back is still pressing into the ground. And here we breathe at this angle. We're going to go through a few cycles where I tell you to lower and lower and lower even further each time, about 10 more degrees each time. But if you found the spot where your low back cannot stay on the ground any longer, that's going to be your stopping spot. Your low back needs to be on the earth, otherwise we risk injury to that low back area. So one more inhale here. Exhale. And lower another 10 degrees or so. Breathe. Try to squeeze the quadricep muscles. You'll notice the knees lifting up a little bit. That helps to straighten the legs, making it even more challenging. Low back is still on the ground. We've got 2 more options. Again, if this is hard enough, you don't have to go any further. Go to this next one if you're still doing okay. And lower perhaps one more time. Low back is still on the ground. Good, bend the knees, bring the hands to the knees, pull it in, a little break for that low back. We're gonna repeat those angles again in just a moment. This one's a funny way to work the muscles because we're starting off it easier and we're working harder. A lot of times we get hard and then we work to easy. So this is getting us in that opposite direction. So if you're feeling pretty good to start, let the legs extend directly back up. Perhaps thumbs right under the hips. Straighten those legs and lower down to a first angle. Going to a second angle. Third angle. And a fourth angle. Bend the knees, roll around on that low back again. We've got one more set of that. This time we're going to try, if at all possible, to lower down to those 4 angles and then work our way back up the angles one at a time. So take this recovery moment. And then when you're ready, start straight up to the sky, thumbs under the hips. Lower down, 1, Lower down 2. Lower down to 3. Lower down to 4. Lower up to 3. Or sorry, raise up to 3. Raise up to 2. Raise up to 1. Raise directly up, right above you. If your legs are shaking, that means you did something right. That means we lightly fatigued the muscles. So good work, you're doing awesome. Take 3 more breaths. Oh, amazing work. Drop the feet down. Let both knees go over to the left. You'll feel that stretch on the right hip flexor area. And then both knees up and over to the right. Both knees to the left again. If you want a little bit more, take the left ankle and rest it on the right thigh. Release. Take one more time over to the right, perhaps right ankle up. Good. A few free-form windshield wipers. And then roll all the way over onto your right side body. Here we're going to hold it in an elbow plank. Right elbow down. Left hand can be on the floor or on the hip, whatever works best for your balance. I'm going to have my feet stacked. If you need a little bit more stability, you can separate the feet, the top foot either going forward or behind, whatever works best for your balance. Okay, make sure you're not collapsing in the shoulder joint at all. Press the shoulder away from the ear, lift the side ribs up already, and then when you're ready to lift the hips up, that's where we get to hold. If you need to come down sooner than me, that's always gonna be fine. Otherwise, try to breathe. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Lower down, feel that immediate relief. Tuck the toes in, and then when we press up, we're gonna stretch the side of those muscles that were just lifting us up. So right arm up and over to that long lateral reach. rise back up, switch the legs around, swiveling them to the second side. Legs long, are they stacked, are they separated? All of that's your choice. Left elbow down. When you're ready, lift those hips up. Keep on breathing. Here's 10. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Oh, good work. I was ready to give up by about 3 on that one. So good job if you stuck with it. Good job if you didn't. This is really hard stuff. Stretch that left arm up and over. Okay. As we're back here, swing both legs around in front of you. We're gonna hold in boat pose. And so in boat pose, you're welcome to go as easy as you need to go. That means if you're grabbing onto your thighs and just kind of holding on for your dear life, trying to balance, that is great. We're gonna be holding for a while. So maybe you're gonna be able to straighten your legs out to the full boat pose, maybe not use the hands, but maybe you do need them, and that's okay. This is an endurance version of boat pose rather than just the normal, I made it, yay, good job. Okay, so balancing on hips. Maybe the toes lift a little bit, maybe the hands release, maybe toes lengthen all the way. Either way, let's start to breathe. Try to keep the spine straight. Here's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Amazing. You'll feel ready to go straight into cobbler from here. So let it stretch all those groin muscles. Okay, as we start to rise back up, we're taking boat pose again. This time, boat pose is going to be about our flexibility. So how straight can we make our legs, including with hand help? So what this is going to do is eventually we're gonna open our legs up slowly and then close our legs slowly. And so that's going to help be working our balance already, all those little tiny core muscles that are engaged for the balance. And so you don't have to be so much about just the strength holding the legs up this time. So what that means is bring your knees together, balance in boat, maybe walk your hands up to the ankles as you start to try extending the legs up. Some people can grab for big toes. So whatever you can do, try to find that version of boat pose and just hold for a little while. For me, this one's a lot easier than trying to just muscle my legs up. But sometimes the balance is the challenge, so this one might be harder for you. Holding here just a couple more breaths. Now try to maintain your balance as the legs start to open as wide as possible. Legs come back together, holding the balance. And maybe this is about training your finger strength too. That's kind of where I'm at too. I kind of curled around it like it as if I'm rock climbing and I'm using my toes as a hold. Now keep the left one up right in front of you. Try to just open the right leg wide. Good, right leg return, left leg goes wide. This can be a real challenge for that balance if you've been doing pretty good already. Good, this leg returns, both legs wide. Both legs together. Let's take 3 more breaths. When you release your hands, try to slow motion, lower the legs to the ground. Circle the arms up to the sky. Inhale, exhale, find that release up and over into the stretch. Just like we're holding some of the poses longer, sometimes it's nice to hold the stretches a little bit longer. This is helping us to get into some of the deeper flexibility areas. Okay, let's start to rise up. Let's swing our legs underneath us. And we're going to end up in a plank pose where we're trying to support our body weight with just the right arm. So what that means is left arm, if possible, is going to try to come behind our back. The right arm is going to need to cross in front of the body just a little bit so that you have more stability. It wouldn't really work with your balance for the right arm to stay wide. We kind of tilt up or down. So you'll take that right arm across the body, and you're going to try to just focus on holding right there in that plank. If you can bend the elbow, that'll be your way to make it more difficult trying to hold in a nice low spot. If it's about all you can do just to have one arm up, that's the way to make it slightly easier. Another addition to make it easier would be staying on your knees the whole time. Trying to just be in a nice plank from there. So what we're going to do, try to count down from 10 very slowly with each hand. So start setting up toward that plank position, right hand coming right toward the middle of the mat. Maybe you're lifting the knees up, maybe left hand behind your back. And here is 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, drop down to knees, shake the right hand out for a moment. Okay, are you ready for left? Coming forward, left hand is closer to the center. Start shifting your weight over that wrist. Maybe lift the knees up. Right hand behind the back. Holding for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Drop down, shake the left wrist out. You'll notice that engages some of those oblique muscles that we don't necessarily get in a normal plank. The rigid straight position tends to use rectus abdominis, whether that's for crunches or planks. It tends to use more of the straight, long muscles in the center. When we have to hold our crossbody, a whole different set of muscles are included. Okay, we're gonna try for full plank though, so that way you can feel the difference and get just that little bonus workout. This should be easier after the last two that we just did. So choose, are you kneeling plank? Are you lifting those knees up? Here is 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, you earned a child's pose. With the hips back, just let those arms stretch out in front of you. You might be feeling a little bit like Jello, and it's kind of funny because we haven't done that many poses compared to maybe our normal day, but when you hold poses for a long time, it makes a difference. So just enjoy this break for a moment and think about how funny it would be if we made this a new quote that got passed around everywhere. A plank a day keeps the chiropractor away, helping to build that core strength, build that back strength, building that strong alignment in our bodies. Feel your heart alive. It's funny how just holding statically can be a cardio workout. Our heart's just pumping for us. Okay, we're feeling pretty good. We've only got a little bit left to work through before we just head into some nice stretches. So this next one, I'll be honest, I've taught yoga for quite a while now, and this particular thing that we're just about to do, I have never taught in any of my classes. I had one of the very first classes that I attended back when I was about 15 years old. One of those very early classes, they did this, and it was pretty difficult for me back then, and so I've never included it in any of my classes, and that is to do an extended hold for downward facing dog. He literally timed us for 5 minutes, seeing if we could do it. Now, we may not necessarily make it to 5 minutes today, and that's okay, but I want you to notice how your down dog is doing. And by the way, I'm taking my socks off, so that way I've got a little bit more traction on my feet. So if you've got socks on, maybe you're doing that as well. But the down dog, it's enlightening if it's easy or hard for you to hold it for an extended period of time. What that starts to teach us is about alignment. The better our alignment is in down dog, the easier it should be to hold for an extended period of time. So let's just try it out. If you need to drop down, I'm not there to tell you bad thing or whatever. You're doing fine. Just do what you can do. This is just to build awareness and just noticing what's going on. Remember, you need to have a solid base or your wrists will start to hurt. So that means I press down on the knuckles. I press down on every joint and every fingertip. The second or the first finger, pointer or middle finger, is pointing forward, depending on what feels slightly better for your wrist. Arms are just about shoulder distance wide or just a hair wider than that. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, and here we go. I've got my eye on the time just to see how good we're doing. So right now, fingertips are pressing, hips are lifting. Already, I'll talk about a lot of beginners have more of a rounded shape in their back. That turns it into more of a plank posture. If you can really lift the hips up, that gets us a straight line all the way up to the hips. So that already helps make it less about arm strength. It's more about just the stabilizing muscles. Hips lifting super, super high. You're still feeling the flexibility being built as you're working it. Fingertips still pressing, don't loosen up on it. Keep on breathing. Play with your breath, just like we did at the very beginning of class. Notice the pauses after the inhale and the pauses after the exhale. And yes, I'm trying to distract you just a little bit, making it slightly easier for us. So a deep inhale, pause. A deep exhale, pause. And notice in your body, what is the first thing that wants to give up? Is it the hands? Can we lift the hips higher? Is it that lift, that last inch that wants to give up? We've made it past 2 minutes. You guys are doing awesome. Try to just keep on breathing. We're still gonna hold a little bit longer. Make sure every fingertip is still pressing into the ground. We're past 3 minutes. Are the shoulders starting to hike away, like closer toward the ears? Can you still keep them pressing down? If the world depended on you staying in this down dog, could you stay just a little bit longer? Here we're about past 4 minutes. So I'm gonna do a slow countdown. Here is 10. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Amazing. Notice what was burning for you. For me, definitely was my shoulders. So that's my weak point. And so that's what I can continue to work on. Shake your arms out. Now, I don't want us to end on the hardest thing. So let's do something just slightly easier as our very last one today. Continue to shake and roll your wrists out, whatever's needed for a moment. And then we're gonna find ourselves all the way down onto our bellies. The arms take a nice airplane shape off to each side. For our very last one, we're gonna do a countdown from 10, lifting the arms into the airplane shape off to the sides and lifting the legs. So getting our back muscles engaged one last time. So just take a good prep breath, a full inhale, a full exhale, inhale, lift. Here's 10, 9, 8, 7, can you lift higher? 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, amazing. Let's come into Sphinx pose. Our elbows are right underneath our shoulders. Drag the hands back. It's the belly and the heart get stretched forward and through. So the rectus abdominis stretching. Maybe even take the neck into some stretches. Drop the left ear over the left shoulder. Slowly roll chin down through the chest. Over to the right shoulder. And take it back around. Prop your body up with the left hand so that we can grab onto our right ankle or foot. Pull that right foot in for a nice quad stretch. Okay, release, switch it out, pulling left foot in. Okay, head up and back into a child's pose, knees super wide. And then let the left arm thread under the right armpit for a nice shoulder stretch. As our body's still recovering after that downward facing dog that we did, feel how the shoulder's receiving this kindness. Okay, unthread this arm, take the right one under and through. Unwind, walk the hands up, and we take some wrist stretches. So if you were to plant the hands directly down like we did for down dog, you then rotate. So the thumbs end up off to each side as the middle fingers are toward the hips and the pelvis. So from here, if you need to make it a deeper stretch, walk the fingertips and the whole palm a little bit closer to the top of the mat. And just hold in this wrist stretch for a moment. Gently release, rolling the wrists out. And then tuck your fingertips in. It's like a little claw shape that we have. And place the backs of the hands right into the armpits to stretch the other part of the wrist. By the way, if you need to start making your way down to a seated position, you've been on your knees too long, that's great. Releasing the wrists, open and close the palms, maybe roll them out or shake them out. Good, both legs go super wide. Plant both hands surrounding the right leg and then slide your hands down closer to the foot. Stay low as you walk through the center toward the left foot. And then walk both hands through the center as far as you can reach, taking 3 good breaths. Amazing. Let's lower down onto our backs. And as we start to head in toward our Shavasana pose, let this be about the breath again. So notice the inhale and that pause after the inhale. The exhale and the pause after the exhale. Getting this increased awareness of the pauses in our life, especially after we've done it all class long. So just follow that breath pattern. Inhale, pause. Exhale, pause. Begin to deepen your inhales and your exhales. Introducing little movements back to fingers and toes. Ankles and wrists. Stretching out like you're waking up first thing in the morning. And eventually rolling over to the side. Enjoy this moment, being with another good inhale. Pause. Exhale. Pause. From here, we press our way up to a comfortable seated place. Our hands join together in front of the heart. And as we take our silent Om today, take that whole inhale, pause for a moment just to feel the pause. And then during the duration of the entire exhale, notice how long it lasts. Again, this is silent in your head, in your mind, saying that entire word. And after you exhale, see if you can pause for just a moment before you have to inhale. Let's do that cycle here, inhaling now. May we be filled with light and happiness and peace. Namaste.